Now, the other thing is nutrition wise to make the hair grow. If you
Mm.
eat a lot of green vegetables and things like that, your hair will grow. Green leafy vegetables, carrots and peas and stuff like that. It will make your hair grow faster.
Mm. Yeah. So literally, food is medicine. Food is
It
medicine. It
is.
could be
It
medicine.
is. Why do you think
It keep
everybody's
you here
going
to take
back?
you away.
Right. Why
Say
do
it
you think
again.
everybody's going back to nature? Everybody's going back to nature.
It's the right thing to do. I
Yeah.
tell you, and personally, you have to go back not only back to nature, but back to growing your own food. That's a whole nother show right there. But it is
Well,
so
yeah.
important
Yeah.
with all the chemicals that they're putting in there.
Yeah.
But let me
And that way, even with the pesticides, they are now, and I don't know if you've seen it, but a lot of people are beginning to get this device where it wash your vegetables off and take all the impurities off.
mm,
Because normally what you would do is you take your vegetables and put it into baking soda, let it sit, and you'll see the pesticides grow up to the top of the water. But
mm.
now it's the same thing. They have a device that you put it into the water and it spins and it gets all the pesticides off. So that's key also.
Yes, sir. It looks like you have generated a phone call, so maybe they have a
All
call,
right.
a question or comment about the great hair. It looks like we have Miss Deborah Riddle on the line. Miss Caller, you on the air? Go right ahead for your question or comment.
Yep. Can you hear me, first of all?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I got a couple questions. Now, two of them you answered already while I was
Okay.
waiting to speak. But you spoke about the leafy vegetables and different things that promote hair growth. But
Uh-huh.
I was of the belief, let's say your mom and dad both have short hair.
Okay.
Um, will you, as a leafy green vegetable eater, begin to grow hair longer than what's in your DNA?
Okay,
That's
so it
one
doesn't
question.
necessarily have to be it doesn't necessarily have to be your mother and father that only had short hair. It could be you jump generations also.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
you may get
Okay.
your long hair trait from your grandmother, not your mother
Right.
and your father.
Okay. Got you. Then my other question is, because I'm not going to take over your show. I'm tempted, but I won't.
No, you're
But
fine.
my other question revolves around the when you put rinse. You know how people rinse or dye
Yeah,
hair
yeah,
with gray
yeah.
hair.
Hmm.
I noticed on some boxes it was like gray hair resistant or able to get to work on gray hair, which lets me know how stubborn. I don't know if that's the correct word to use, but how resistant gray
It's
hair can
resist.
be
It's
to.
resistant more so than stubborn or anything. It's resistant.
Yes. So, and is that because of the lack? You just spoke of the lack of
Melanin,
melanin. Does that,
yes.
does that
Melanin
contribute?
retaining in the hair, melanin retaining in the hair, from what I've found, even if you color the hair, a couple weeks later you'll see it fading. The color fades
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm.
it can't hold on to that is resisting pretty much.
So would you suggest not to even try rinsing? You know, putting the little rinses in there, because as you get ready to maybe for the summer or vacation, braid your hair or something like that, you want some uniformity. And
You do
so,
have
would
some
you
products
suggest?
out that's not ammonia based, and it will stain
Mm-hmm.
the hair even better. So you do have some
Right.
products out there with that. But you got to be careful
Got it.
because it has metal in it. And when you're putting metal on your hair and your scalp, now you're going to cause, if you decide to change colors and you want to do a permanent color, it's going to turn green.
Got it. Got it. Which we've seen. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And final question. I promise you.
Okay.
On this
I'm
show,
good.
are you able to suggest products? I don't know about that, but I was wondering about a good shampoo, preferably black owned, for that brittle hair, whether it's gray or black. You know how we age, and sometimes you have
Uh huh.
thinner uh,
Yeah. I'm going
areas,
to
and I was
say
wondering.
cherish, it's neat. Shamitria's hairline cherishes sense of nature, I think it is, in the beauty supply house at Solo Beauty Supply. They do have it.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's a
Wait. Let me
cherish a
write it
piece
down.
of nature, and it's really good. I love their shampoos and conditioners.
Could you repeat it? While I'm writing it. What you say?
I think it's cherish a piece of nature, but my product line is coming out in a couple of months at Solo Beauty Supply, so mine covers all of this, even with alopecia.
Okay, and it will be your name. Your name, because
Mine,
I plan to
yeah,
support you.
yeah, mine will be
Okay,
my product line is Dr. Lake Trichology shampoos and conditioner.
Doctor. Okay, yeah, I saw a trichologist at not Luster, over here off House, the beauty school. What's the name of
Oh,
it?
oh, you're talking about Dudley's
Yeah.
Beauty School.
Dudley. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, did
Okay,
you have an
Doctor Love.
analysis? Did you get an analysis done?
Yes, I was over there. I'm getting it because the owner, her name's Deb or Deborah or something like that. I'll be getting it this week.
Okay. All right. So,
All right.
Miss Deb, when you see her, that Dr. Lake Kashan say hello. They all know me over there. I went to that school. I
Oh,
graduated as a teacher.
oh wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm
All righty.
listening, and I'm Nidra's friend actually, but I
Okay.
support you all.
Well,
All right.
thank you so
Thank
much.
Thank you
you.
Thank
so
you for
much for
the
calling
support
in.
and share the show.
I will. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Absolutely, but just in case, I know you said you Miss Nidra's friend, but just in case there are other people, because a lot of times a person may have a question, and that question is applies to other people as well. But your product, as you said, Dr. Harris, it will be located at Solo Beauty Supply, who has two locations, one in 9011 South Ashland, and the other one at 81. I'm one of those people that's in denial about needing glasses. I believe it's 8158 South Cottage Grove. It's right there on the corner on 81st and Cottage. You know where it's at.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
got two wonderful locations for you to shop on by and patronize her. So definitely make sure that you go and do that. But Doc, I have a question. So what are some of the mistakes that some people may make in caring for gray hair?
Taking eggs and whipping it up in a bowl and putting
You said
oil
eggs.
eggs. They're putting
Wow.
an oil in the bowl and they're putting all this eggs and oil on their hair and they're thinking that that's going to maintain the moisture. That's eggs is protein. I get that. I get
Mm.
what they're trying to do. The eggs is protein, but the molecule is not small enough to go up under the cuticle to do what it needs to do.
You know what? Would you bring? And we do have a call. And call. Just give me one quick sec. You mentioned protein. So going back to nutrition. So my question is it the better the protein, the more protein, would that help out with the hair growth and the hair, the
What
care as
protein
well?
does, yeah, what protein does, it stops the hair from breaking. I get that. But too much protein can also cause the hair to break.
Mm,
So you
okay.
have to do a balance of the protein and the moisture and the oil in the hair.
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. You got another caller, sir. Look
Okay.
like we got Stacy on the
I'm,
line. Stacy, you have a question or comment for Dr. Harris?
It's more like a statement. Hey, my sister's been listening to your show for about 6 weeks now. You all been on the
okay.
air. I notice how you all lift up a lot of the businesses around Chicago, doing shout outs and stuff like that. I'm going to say this from the heart because everybody's buzzing this Nidra Williams or Nidra person, and they're saying that she works really hard in the community. Everybody that's been shouted out on the air is Dr. Lee, Dr. Lake, you're really good. But every business that's been
Thank you.
shouted out as far as hair products, all of them should be sponsoring y'all show. And that's
They
just my
should.
personal opinion. They all should be sponsoring your show. All the people that got hair creams and shampoos and stuff, they should all be sponsoring your show. You all lift up so many businesses and small businesses in Chicago. I know it's like a community thing, but everybody should be sponsoring your show because it's actually good. I'm listening with my sister right now because she's writing down all this stuff about gray hair and stuff. But I'm like, dude, I'll be listening to her like your show. Every hair salon should be sponsoring your show. That's my opinion. And keep
Thank
doing
you
the
so
good work
much.
and tell Nidra that Chicago loves her. And talk
Thank
to
you.
y'all later. Have a good show.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
you for your comment.
Something
Thank
that
you.
for me.
And it is true. I mean, we love Chicago a lot, and we love Black hair care business. But the thing is, now we're trying to push a trend, whereas it's not. I shouldn't even say a trend. It is a movement. We're pushing a movement where African Americans, stylists, barbers, and the beauty industry need to stick together and begin to invest in each other. So I thank the caller for what he called in and said, and we need more. I mean, we need more of that, just to let us know where we stand with you guys. We have an event that's coming up at the end of well, I shouldn't say at the end, but April 18th of next year, and it's for beauty professionals. This thing is going to be so far off the chain. It's going to be unreal. The hair care businesses I'm looking for to invest in this show so that we can move forward as an entity.
I agree 1000%, Dr. Harris. And with the previous caller, I agree that Miss Nidra she's such a sweet sister, and
Wonderful sister. Wonderful
she's
sister.
always looking to support our people. Um, and she's a good-hearted person, and definitely, I act as a unrestricted bodyguard because I don't want some of these people taking advantage of her sweetness. But she needs to be supported. Solo Beauty Supply needs to be supported. This show needs to be supported. The information that you give out every week, my brother, is very important to the
Thank you.
listening audience. And
Thank
again,
you.
they're doing this they're not getting paid for this. They're doing this out of their own pocket. So it's one thing, it's not a reflection of the last caller, but those that are getting this information and really enjoying it, support.
Hmm.
Really put your
Yeah.
money where your
Put
mouth
your
is,
money
and
where your
really,
mouth is. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
and
Support
dig
it.
deep, and every little bit helps. But make sure that you support this show, you support those businesses, you support Dr. Harris, and yeah, I agree with the previous call and Dr. Harris 1000%. So, and
And
he
and
has
I
got
want to
another
say
caller, but you would
this.
have got something to say.
Yeah, I want to say this. The support that you'll give us, all that means is we're coming back into your community to open up new avenues for you all to be able to make money and you all to do things. So that support, not only supporting the show, but we supporting you with education. We want you to have the knowledge so that you won't have these things that's happening to you off the willy nilly. So again, this is Dr. Lakashawn, and I really would like to see you all support us.
Absolutely. You have yet another phone caller, sir.
Okay.
Caller, you Miss KJ Muhammad, you on the phone with your question or comment?
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Mandane.
Wa
And I
alaikum
would
salam,
also
ma'am.
like to give Dr. Harris the greeting words of peace.
Thank
I
you.
am hoping that Dr. Lakashawn, you could talk about menopause and how it possibly is a contributing factor to hair thinning and loss, and if there's any way to combat that.
Okay, so when it comes to menopause and gray hair, what's happening is your body's changing. Whenever your body begins to change, your hair change. Your hair gets thinner. The proteins are going out of your body, your system. You're losing vitamins. You're losing everything. So your body is going through a total change. That's why you feel the heat in your body when you're going through the menopause change. The way you combat a lot of menopausal change, it's not the medication, it's your eating. If you take care of your gut health, you could slow down some of that. If you're eating more alkaline foods, more drinking more alkaline waters, doing your fruits and your vegetables, but making sure you clean your vegetables and your fruits because they have pesticides. Anything that goes in your body will change will alter the way your body is operating. So I'm going to say the best way to do that is your nutrition as well as maintaining with your topicals as far as moisturizers and light oils, like your jojoba oils, your coconut oils, your avocado oils into your scalp, as well as rosemary, because it's going to open the scalp up so it can breathe even more. So that's
Okay.
that's what I can give you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
You're
for calling
welcome.
in.
Mm.
With that being said, we already, they say the show is an hour, but those of us that know it ain't. So this is a fast moving show. We already transitioning right now. Joining us right now is the great Bruce Montgomery, and this is an honor for me to have him here right now. I know you're coming in a little early, but I'm gonna get my words in because once you get going, there's no stopping then. But we talk about Dr. Harris, Dr. Lekatron, when you mentioned earlier about gray hair with our people represents wisdom,
Wisdom.
experience, confidence. Um, this transition is definitely timely with the next topic that we're going to be talking about, and because this is the Hair Salon Tour Show.
Mhm.
The man that recently just made his transition to be with the ancestors, as they say, was definitely a pioneer in this work, and we're talking
Mhm.
about Mr. George Johnson, Ultra
Yes.
Sheen, Salt Sheen,
Yes. Yes.
the money behind Soul Train, just a entrepreneur, philanthropist, a father, a husband, your grandfather, just a great man. I did not know him personally. I went to his services yesterday. Had the honor to meet the family, as well as being in attendance at the repast. I have the book Afro Sheen, which is an excellent
Hmm.
read, and even to the obituary, which is almost like a magazine, is full of information in there. I just want to take this last segment for Mr. Montgomery, and of course you Mr. Dr. Harris, to talk about that legacy of this great giant, and just what he means to y'all, and why we should be talking about him right now, the significance of George E. Johnson. So, Mr. Montgomery, how you doing?
I'm doing very good.
Yeah,
How you doing, sir?
fired up, ain't you?
Well, I was fortunate, as you said yesterday, to attend the celebration of life services at the great Trinity United Church of Christ, and I had a lot of feelings because I had the honor and privilege of growing up in the neighborhood. I lived about a block away from the Johnson household.
Mhm.
Spent time in the house. His sons were just we were all of the same era. Oldest son Eric was several years older than me, but Johnny was just a year younger, and we were all in the Boy Scouts together, and
Yes, sir.
just had I watched this wonderful journey develop, and Mr. Johnson was a phenomenal family man, and watched him build the factory right there along the Dan Ryan,
Yes, sir.
and it was just an amazing story, and it was a part again of our community. There were these legendary entrepreneurs that were in Chatham. Uh, the builders of the Johnson Products factory was built by Black contractors, Black architects, Black engineers. It was marketed by Black marketers.
Mm.
It was really funny because Mr. Johnson was an old school guy, and when we as young people started to grow these naturals, it's hard for people to understand that the old generation we weren't all that slick about you need to get a haircut,
Yes, sir.
whatever. But he was the savvy guy that he was, and he, Ultra Sheen was the original product that Johnson Products had, and then later on he said, well, if these Afro's going to be out here, I guess we need an Afro Sheen,
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
and created that product. So just a phenomenal entrepreneur, and it's so important for us to recognize the integration that business people had in the community. They were integral to the community. They weren't separated like we have today. They were involved in every aspect of the community, from church to community-based organizations. As you heard yesterday in the homegoing service,
Yes,
was
sir.
a big supporter of the Chicago Urban League, big supporter of Dr. King, big supporter, check writing supporter
Yes, sir.
of Jesse Jackson and Breadbasket and Rainbow Push. And again, you talked about Soul Train. When a young man was trying to come up with this idea that it didn't just have to be American Bandstand, it could be
Mhm.
Soul Train. And we did Don Cornelius. I remember when Don Cornelius was a policeman.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yes, sir.
But these were, it was more of a neighborhood kind of thing, as people knew each other. But Mr. Johnson was the kind of go-to guy that you could, you could pitch something, he could hear something, he could tell you get out of here. But at the same time, he was one that built family in business. But you heard yesterday from one of the employees who talked about as a single mom coming in with no skills and living in Oggill Gardens and ended up having a 30+ year career of ever increasing opportunity. And she said something that, again, we need to understand that Mr. Johnson built family in business, in community for thousands of people. This was a place that hundreds of people went to work every day at all levels: chemists, scientists, IT people, art accountants, people in finance.
He made them stakeholders in the company.
Made them stakeholders. And then, I didn't even know about the college scholarships. Giving out over 1,000 college scholarships, mostly to kids going to HBCUs. So this was, again, I think I see you here with the book Afro Sheen. I talked about that on my show.
Yes, sir.
But this is required reading if you call yourself an entrepreneur. If you can put your lips together to say that you are in business and you're an entrepreneur and you're about wealth creation and generational wealth and all this, then I need to see your copy of the book. You need to show me a picture of you holding the book. All right, well, then I'll take it. Other than that, you faking. Because we need to know these are the shoulders of the legends that we're standing on, and it was, up from the Great Migration, up from Mississippi, started out shining shoes, just very humble beginnings. But these were the guys, the legendary guys that built Independence Bank, Seaway Bank, Chatham Foods, Al Johnson Cadillac, Johnson Publishing Company, Johnson Products Company. These were legendary individuals, but they were, of us. They were unapologetically Black.
If I can jump in, it's not only that, and Doc, hey, jump in whenever you get ready. But as you said, Mr. Montgomery, and the significant thing about those giants that you just mentioned, they were among the people.
That's right.
They were always out in the community.
Absolutely.
And not to say that we don't have that now, but you don't have that as much as you used to.
No, we don't
can I say this? Let me jump in right quick.
People are going in their own direction. Yeah. They don't see the importance of involved with community. They don't have the same connections. This was a strong man of faith.
Well, let me jump in also.
Our great leaders, many of them were strong men of faith and family. And what was so wonderful yesterday when his son Eric spoke is he said, he was a businessman that always found time for family.
Yes.
In fact, he said that the grandkids had a better experience with him than maybe we did.
Yeah.
Because he took them fishing, he took them horseback riding, he took them out to the golf course, and grandkids and great grandkids. So he wasn't so busy that he didn't have time for faith and family and community.
Yeah. The more successful that he became, as you stated, he spent more time with his family.
That's right.
And that's what it's about.
Well, can I jump in right quick with you also?
People as well. But go. I'm sorry.
No question about it. Eric. When I talked to Eric yesterday, he mentioned that he's just now stepping back in the role of CEO for Baldwin Richardson Foods, and he said 800 employees. The company's in good hands. He's going to take some well-deserved time now with his extended family. So he was taught well. His mom, and that's another thing. Joan Johnson was equally important in this story. So the role of his wife, his daughter, famously when he stepped away from the business, the mom and the daughter kept the business going and ultimately were involved with this successful transition when they sold the business and continue to move on. So just a phenomenal story.
Isn't that wonderful though? Because so many times, and I was thinking about during the pandemic, we lost so many great people who didn't get their just deserved send off. And but to hear Mr. Johnson's story and hear about his children, and these are children like we mentioned this Neja Williams, also these are young people who are still keeping the family business going, who saw the beauty, to see the importance of keeping that family business going and taking it further. They may branch off into other things, but they still see the importance of it. They don't just, reap the benefits and go on about their business and let the institution go fall by the
Excuse me.
wayside. Is that right?
Excuse me.
Well, it's been very, very
They
challenging
can't
in
hear
our
me.
community to have succession planning and sustainability and legacy in so many of our businesses. I don't think a lot of people understand the enormous pressure that's applied to Black businesses to try to undermine. Literally, the success of Johnson Products took America by surprise because the retailers tried to keep him out. He didn't have the distribution mechanisms that are available. And so whenever we achieve a certain amount of success, just like we saw how America, after Barack Obama, rose up and said, never again, we're going to push back against this Black progress. We didn't ever think this would get this far, and now we end up with what we have today. Same thing happens in business.
Yes, sir.
The large hair care companies
Can you all
and
hear me?
distribution companies, they were, how did this happen? How did we let a guy get this big? And then we had Soft Sheen, and we had Luster, and we had several others that had achieved a lot of success. And there was just a lot of energy that he paved the way that made other people say, hey, we can do it. And we keep doing it, but we keep facing new odds and new challenges. And so again, it's not an easy thing to build a sustainable multi-generation business. And oftentimes, as we just saw with the Uncle Nearest experience, as soon as they made a modicum of visible success, the wolves came out and took them out.
Yeah. Dr. Harris, I know you want to jump in.
I was trying to jump in. I don't know if you all can hear me.
We can't
Can
hear
you hear
Dr.
me?
Harris. Okay. That wonderful smile is there, but we can't hear the doctor. Is he there? Can you talk now?
Can you hear me? I can hear you all, but can you all hear me?
Oh, his mic is out.
They're saying that your mic is out, but
my mic is
it was
on.
working before.
My mic is on.
Okay, but the brother, technical brother's gonna work on that. Make sure that but as soon as it start working, Dr. Harris, just jump on in.
That's right, please.
I do see a caller calling in. I do have some other questions, but let's see if you can multitask. Get the caller calling in. Is that Paul? Paul,
can you hear me now?
Comment.
For a minute, I thought this was Nidra and Dr. Lake's show, but then I'm hearing other two people who probably have their own radio show. I was like, is this the hair show, salon show, or is this another show? And I heard that Dr. Lake was trying to join the conversation, and you brothers just stomped on him. But like I said, man, God bless Mr. Johnson. But just tell Nidra that if she's having problems with sponsorships, all she needs is like 10 investors and have them people invest in her. And until the show grows, then you can bring sponsorship. Sometimes brothers and sisters don't want to sponsor great platforms. Just get you 10 to 15 investors and you'll be straight. But like I said, I hope Deidre and Dr. Lake keep on with their show. You guys are superstars in Chicago, but just don't stop Deidre and Dr. Lake. Bless you.
Oh, no. We wouldn't be here without them.
That's exactly right. Deidre just had to travel a little bit today, and she asked us to step in. But respectfully, she's doing great work. And I was just so happy to be available to support her and her vision. And she just wanted to speak about this today because, again, her whole goal is for our community to really appreciate how important hair care and health care is as both an industry, but also as a cultural foundation for our community.
Can you all hear me now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes,
okay,
sir.
Great. That's wonderful. I was trying to jump in on the conversation with, and I want the caller to hear also, the conversation as far as the leader, Mr. Johnson. I started using the Ultra Sheen and the Afro Sheen product. I was a braider. I started out braiding hair. And I went from braiding hair to watching the sales rep come into the salon. When you mentioned community, Mr. Johnson showed us a formula as far as how these people are supposed to go into your salon to sell the hair care product. And those were the distributors that was going in, building the relationship with the community. We don't have our thumb on the pulse anymore. We need to go back to the basics and have these distributors go back out into our communities, inside the beauty salons and
That's right.
barbershops,
That's
and
right.
build those relationships. That's what we need right now as a community.
That's exactly right. You know, you talk about Ed Gardner and Soft Sheen. You talk about Mr. Johnson.
Mhm.
I could see him right now putting product in the back of his car and going out making sales calls. He was a master salesman.
And it's the same thing as Mr. Dudley. Mr. Dudley used to come to the salons.
Exactly.
As wealthy as he was, he would
That's
come
right.
to the salon and educate you in the salons and in the school. That's how, and I always talk about Dudley's Beauty School
You
because
better.
Miss Clausen, Betty Clausen over there has been a mentor of mine for years, and she is the best teacher in the world when it comes to beauty. The
Well, these are
best.
assets. These are assets in our community. And again, this is why your show is so valuable, because you're hanging on to the facts and the truth. The world is not going to tell us that we know these things, that we know the science of beauty, that we, you know, Mr. Johnson left Wendell Phillips School and went to Fuller Products. And there he began his fascination, his natural curiosity with chemistry and the creativity to create a product. His first product was actually a product for men.
Correct.
And then he went from there. So again, these businesses are not limited in any way, shape, or form. They include science. They include healthcare. I heard you comment about the nutrition and well-being. Now we come into this awareness, but we can go back to Dr. Alvina Fulton. We can go back to Dick Gregory. We can go back to, you know, Eat Right and Live.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So, you know,
back to that nutrition part.
That's
exactly
the nutrition.
right. We can't leave that. How could you leave that and
That's
expect
right.
to
Yeah.
have health?
You're right.
in any
Well,
way,
you know, they're
shape, or
trying to
form?
erase us. That's what they're trying to do right now, to
no
erase
doubt.
our history. Because we are masters at what we do. You can put us in a room and we're going to create something in that room.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. And what I want this story to be told is, again, not only can we create something, but we can take something to scale.
Yes.
What we heard yesterday at the homegoing service was this was a
Oh.
business, but it was a family.
Yeah.
And hundreds and hundreds of people. A cafeteria.
Yes.
Where you could have prepared meals,
Real food.
real food
Yeah.
on premise.
Yeah.
And then you could get your check cashed. And then you could get help with your kids trying to navigate a college experience. She said, you know, why would you want to work anywhere else?
You're right.
And that many of them, because of that commitment to employees, gave 110%.
Yes, sir.
They felt like this is a us thing. This is a we thing. And that's what I want to see current entrepreneurs also build, that kind of thing into their business, so that there's cooperation, there's cooperative economics, there's stakeholding, there's stockholding, there's shareholding, so that as the business grows, the family grows in wealth and prosperity together.
Absolutely. We have another, before we take this next caller though, it was I was blessed to be able to go to Mr. Johnson's book signing. I think about 2 years ago. I was Mr. Hickenbottom. I was actually a guest of his at Northern Trust Bank.
All right.
And a young person was there, and he was asking Mr. Johnson what, they always want to know, well, what advice do you have, as far as being successful in this work? And Mr. Johnson simply said, give back. You want to be successful? Give back.
Give back.
The more you give back, the more successful you will be.
Wow.
And I think a lot of times, especially with this people that we're dealing with now, it's that microwave attitude. We want things right now. We want to see.
Yeah.
We don't want to put any we don't want any sweat equity involved in it. Everything is just instant with no work at all. So we want to change that mentality and go back to that old school, and just that do for self and get them back down to what needs to be done. You all have any comments before we take this caller?
No, we can take the call.
Okay.
Yeah, take the call.
So, Ms. Janice, you've been very patient. You have a question or comment?
have a comment. I just want to say I admire Mr. Johnson, but also Dorothy Tillman had us to read S.P. Fuller's book,
Yes,
and Mr.
yes.
Johnson's brother wrote a letter in there about why we must support black businesses.
Mm.
He wrote it about Jackie Robinson having a boycott of Fuller products, and that was one of the best letters I ever read. And I hate to admit, I gave my book to somebody to read. I haven't ever gotten it back, and Mr. Tillman said it's not being published anymore. If you all
Oh.
could look into how we could get that published. And one last thing, I wish the Eric Johnson's family, Linda Johnson Rice, the Mr. Ed Gardner's children, would write a book about their parents. Because we have so many young kids that don't have mothers and fathers who are entrepreneurs, or maybe are being raised by someone in foster care. They could see how.
Yes,
And in
ma'am.
Atlanta, Herman Russell's
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
If everyone wrote, Detroit has its own.
Yes.
And if everybody would have their kids write books, and then I'm not a big fan of sorority, but sororities could buy those books and give them out.
Yeah.
Millionaires could buy those books, and we could start anew.
I agree.
So I'm older now. I want to be around and see it turn around.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Well,
I'm
I
hoping
think
it will.
what
And I
we.
want to say,
I'm sorry.
I want to
I want to
let
cut you
you
off. I want to jump in on what you're saying, and I think
No,
it's
I just want
great.
to say both thanks. I'm going to get off. Thank you, Dr.
No, don't
Lucas.
get off yet. Don't get off yet.
Hold
Don't
on,
get
Miss
off yet.
Janice. He wants to reply to you.
Yeah, no, don't get
Okay.
off. I think it's great that you brought up Dorothy Tillman and the book itself. Another avenue for us as far as African American people, if a book is coming out to educate you on how to be the best entrepreneur there is to be, and it's African American written, I think you need to invest in that book, because now you're not only investing in the book and the person who wrote it, you're investing in your own knowledge so that you can help somebody else. In order to become wealthy, you have to share the wealth.
That's
That was
true.
told to me by Tyler Perry.
Okay.
Mr. Perry told the truth.
Yeah.
And one last thing I want to say. I got that book from Dudley Products, which meant that the dollar circled. And also I bought Mr. Dudley's book, which is an excellent book. Joe Dudley's book.
Yeah.
He wrote one, and I bought that one at the same time. And I just wish they'd bring Mr. Fuller's book back and just put it on the bestseller list.
Yeah, that's a great
Because it was
statement.
such a
That
good
is
book.
a great statement. And
And I
like,
hope you all come back on Tuesday night. I
okay.
definitely
We're
let you
coming.
know
We're
when
coming
you
back.
when
With your support, we're coming back.
There it is. Thank you, Miss
What do
Janice.
I have to do? Just call
What
the
you have to
station?
do? No, all you have to do is share the station, share the show, and then go over to Solo Beauty Supply. We have gift cards that you could buy to support the show. So anybody could do that. Or if you want to,
Okay.
you could just call in and donate to what we have on our Facebook page and everything else. So you can
Okay, let me
support
ask
the
a
show.
question. How can I order stuff now? Can I call in online and give a credit card number and order
Yes, you
shampoo
can
and stuff
call. You
like
can.
that?
Yes, you can. You can call to Solo Beauty Supply, and they'll give you all the instructions that you need to buy products.
Oh, okay, then. Okay, well, let me get off. I know there's somebody else. I just want to say I really enjoyed the show.
Great
And
talking to you.
Thank you, Miss Janice.
Christian stuff.
Thank you.
Okay. You want to reply?
Well, I have a section in my show, the show that comes on after this show at 3:00, Bruce on Business, and I usually have a Bruce on Business Book of the Week, and I especially focus on success books from Black authors, and we've got some up and coming Black bookstores in Chicago, some amazing Black bookstores, but we've got some great authors that are writing some books like the author requested. But again, we should be more like she said. Mr. Johnson came out of that era when on the dining room table there was an Ebony magazine.
That's right.
There was a Jet magazine. I used to go to my aunt's house, and she had every Jet magazine, and I would read those Jet magazines from cover to cover religiously. But that the Ebony, the Black Enterprise. Earl Graves was another one of my heroes, and so that way we learned what was going on. So, like the caller said, if you can see something, you can be something.
That's right.
If you can read the liner notes and understand what's going on. That was one thing that I miss about the music business.
Yes.
Is because when we used to have the albums, I'd go by my same aunt's house and I'd read these albums and I say, well, who is this Miles Davis? Who is this Stanley Turrentine? Who is this John Coltrane? And I would read the liner notes and hear about where they came from and how they started. So reading is leading, and that is something we have to encourage in our community, to get these famous biographies about great people. That's key to success.
Well, let me say this. To share the show real quick, you all can dial in at 773-591-1690. If you think that we're a great show, start sharing that number and having people to call in to us.
Amen.
Share the show. The Salon to Hair Show 773-591-1690.
That's it. We got less than a minute. We got 2 callers. We want the people to call in. They'll call
Let them do it.
Who we had? Who's been on the longest? Sam, you have a question or comment real fast? You got 15 seconds.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say something. Y'all keep talking about like the Dudleys and all these beauty colleges in Chicago. Dr. Lake, when are you going to invite these beauty colleges on the air? And I hope they sponsor their segment.
All right.
There it is.
Well, I'm going to start inviting them as soon as possible. As of next week, you'll hear me inviting all of the beauty colleges. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm inviting all beauty colleges, any hair care or barber colleges that want to come, 773-591-1690.
Let's get Liz in before we close on now. Liz, you have a question or comment? Caller, Liz?
Quick. Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
I'm here. Thank you for taking my call. I'll be quick. I am 69 years old, 69 years young. I'd love to go back to my Angela Davis days. And I just wanted to know, should I just throw up my hands and leave it be because it is what it is, or is there really some hope? I see a lot of advertisements on the YouTube of different female doctors, Black women who seem highly educated and familiar with what to do. Some talk about menopausal concerns, and that's why we're losing our hair. Others say it's from stress. And I just wanted to know if you could tell me, is there a person that is beyond the point where it's just not going to grow and it just has to keep it the way it is?
Okay.
Go ahead, Doc. Unfortunately, yes, there is some people like that. But I would say go to a trichologist, let them analyze you from head to toe, then you'll know exactly where your problem is.
Okay. Any closing thoughts before they start playing the music on me? They gave me that.
Closing thought is join the show. Closing thought for me is join our show, Salon Hair Tour. Call 773-591-1690. Always.
Absolutely. Mr. Montgomery, you coming right home, so you hold your closing comments to you.
Well, I'm just so thankful for this show because again, this is an industry that is a avocation, that is is something that can build wealth, it can build success in our community. And again, Dr. George E. Johnson, he showed this way that this industry can take in all kinds of people that can contribute. Just don't have to be in the chair. Yep. You don't have to be behind the chair. You can be in the lab, you can be in the marketing, you can be in the presentation, in the advertising, soft sheen, ultra sheen, Afro Sheen, Mr. Johnson. It created a pathway for many, many, many to be blessed by his inspiration, his leadership, and his creativity. And we thank this show for having this conversation this afternoon.
Thank you.
Put a pin in it right there. Make sure you all continue to support this show. Mr. Montgomery is up next. Support him. Solo Beauty Supply. Make sure you check out the Munir Muhammad Show Monday through 7 days a week, Monday through Friday at 12 and 6 p.m. on Channel 25, Saturday at 12 noon, and Sunday night at 9 p.m. on Channel 25.
All right.
Look, this is the information age. Though to have information, have the power. Make sure you continue to inform yourself. Dr. Harris, it was an honor to be
same here. Same here.
Today.
And, thank you, sir.
Shout out to Ms. Williams, and thank you to the audio engineers for this afternoon. And I'll be listening in next Saturday at 2 p.m. for the Hair Salon Tour show. So make sure you
thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a good one.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Peace.
The talk of Chicago is 1690 WVON, Sherwin, Chicago.
In July, Vine TV has your summer watch list covered. Go behind the headlines with the official launch of Portraits in Color, featuring candid conversations with music executive Matthew Knowles, community leader Jotaka Edie, and actress Danielle Truitt.
My family's very proud. It was very cool to, when the show first came out and to see myself in those credits, with dun, 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 dun.